welcome to demo, and hello friends, welcome to demo today. So today we're making a salad theme card because I love salad. I was actually talking with these two little boys that were here doing our little craft earlier this week, and I was like, we're doing a salad card next time, and they're like, oh, we love salad. And we're talking, these kids are like 8 and 10 kind of an age, and they're like, we love chef salad and we love Cobb salad, and I'm just like, this is unusual for two little boys, yes. But they love fresh food, so I'm just going to support that, and I think that's great. So the base of our card is going to be green because, of course, salad theme, got to have a little bit of green in there. And then we're going to be doing some little pieces on the front and on the inside so that you can actually write your little message. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to use this. This is called a scoreboard, and what this does is it actually makes it fold into your card, so this tool fits in the grooves of the board. So you lay this down, and then this is going to be half, which is half of 11 is 5 1/2. You press into it, it puts that the mark in there, and then you fold down like a tree, and so that way you always want to fold in the right direction. It seems counterintuitive because when you put the fold line in, you think you should fold this way. When you put the score line in, it actually stretches the paper so that when you fold it, it actually wants to land on a fold and makes your card just look a little nicer. So that's going to be the base there, and then for the front of the card, we are going to take this little guy, and we're just going to stick this right on the front. And so that way you get a nice little frame there with the green. All right, so that is the first step. Now the fun part, building the salad bits. Okay, so I decided that the very first thing I was going to do here was take my green papers. So I have, these are both text weight with a lighter weight because this is going to be the salad part, the lettuce part, or the cabbage, or whatever it is, or the romaine, whatever it is you want to have in your salad. So I'm going to take these little guys here, and I'm cutting these down to 1/4 inch. So we're going to do little strips, and I'm going to do 1/4 inch strips. So the easiest way I have found to do this is to start from the side and go 1/4 inch down as you're cutting. So then that way you don't accidentally have to feel like you're cutting it really close to the edge. And this is a great way to make a whole bunch of lettuce all at once. Okay. And so we'll have lots of lettuce for everyone to use today and for the next week, but that is how we are making the lettuce. So then we get the two colors. You have kind of the chartreuse color and the brighter green. So that's our lettuce bits. Then, of course, we have to have cheese because who doesn't love having a little bit of cheese on their salad? And so to do this, we're going to do 1/8 inch, which is really, really tiny. And because I want to make sure that it looks like little shredded cheese. And so in order to make that happen, I had to choose a width that made a little bit more sense. And so instead of doing 1/4 inch, I'm going to do 1/8 inch. And I don't need to do a whole bunch of it, but I am doing the cardstock versus the text weight. So this is a little bit thicker because if you use the text weight paper, then it will kind of crunch together and make it look like lettuce. And we want our cheese to stay nice and into like little slices. All right. Then I have, this is red, it's called mirror card paper. And this is so we can make little cherry tomatoes. It's so cute. So I'm going to choose, I think I'm going to do 4 little tomatoes. Tomato time! And if you're not a fan of certain ingredients, that's okay. Your salad doesn't have to include all these ingredients. But I wanted to include all the fun ingredients. And then I'm going to do about, I'm going to say this is probably about 3/4, actually I think I'm going to do 1 inch a little strip. And this is so that we can make our little croutons. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going to cut these into little squares. And I think I'm probably going to go with 5 croutons. 3, 4, and 5. Now when it comes to my croutons, I am actually going to round the edges just a little bit. And they don't need to be perfect because croutons are not perfect. They're not. In fact, they're like a little kind of crumbly because they're, I don't really know what croutons are.
Bread.
Is it stale bread or baked bread? I'm not really quite sure, but it's always a little crunchy. And so I want to make sure that my croutons look at least somewhat bread-esque. And so bread does not usually look exactly like a perfect square on our plate of salad. So, but yeah, it's kind of funny. I've never really been a huge fan of croutons in my salad. Some people really like it. I always, if I'm gonna have croutons on my salad, I usually wait until the very end to eat the croutons, and then I eat them all at once. And I'm like, yes, the crunchy part of the salad.
Okay.
Yes, I know it's a little weird. Some people like to have their crunchy croutons throughout the salad. But I like them all at once. Like if I'm gonna be in the mode for something crunchy, I'm just gonna do it all at once. All right, and then the black thing. Can you guess what it's gonna be?
Olives.
That's right, olives. olives. So in order to do the olives, this is a little weird. What we do is we poke holes in our black paper first. Let's see, I gotta do kind of a lot of olives.
Olives are essential to salad.
Oh, it's
He
interesting.
makes his own salad.
I love that. You know, I kind of feel like for me personally, I'm always like, olives are really great, like if you're having like burritos or tacos, something like that. I always kind of feel like it's really more of a Mexican food. But when it comes to certain salads, like Cobb salad, for example, you gotta have the olives. It just makes sense. So what I've done is I poked a hole in the center first, and then we're taking the larger punch and we're punching out the little hole. So then that way you get the double ring to make it look like an olive. I thought that made sense. It does. It looks just like olives. I was so happy. I was so happy with this. You know, when it comes to the size of vegetables, we're going to about ready to create one here that I actually struggled with the size just a little bit because I was like, this is not quite right. So one of the ones that we're going to be doing here, can you guess what it is? You're making a Cobb salad?
Corn.
Oh, I should have done corn. I totally forgot to do corn. Oh my gosh. It's the egg. The hard-boiled egg. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I cannot believe that I forgot. I forgot the corn part. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
I haven't had it in a long time.
It's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. I like all the different, I feel like it's always kind of a surprise. So we're going to do the hard-boiled egg. So I wanted to pick a circle shape that kind of was the right size. I felt like this was just way too tiny, and then I had another one that was just not quite large enough. So for this guy, we're just going to trace our little circle here onto this paper. And then we'll cut this little guy out. It's just a little easier if I actually cut this out like this.
I don't like salad.
You're not a fan of salad. That's all right. That's all right. I really like salad, but I really like salad puns. I think that the salad puns are pretty funny. So our little sentiment today says, "Let us celebrate." Ha 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 ha. Yes. So that way you can make a sweet little birthday card for someone. Yeah. Even if you don't like salad, you can make a card for someone that does like salad. And that can be pretty fun. All right, so we have our little "Let us celebrate" here. And then for the inside piece of our yolk, I thought that it would make the most sense to do a double color because obviously this is probably closest to what the inside of a hard-boiled egg will look like, but I kind of like the idea of having a tone on tone where you kind of offset it just slightly because I felt like that kind of added a little bit of shadow to it. Made it look a little bit more dimensional. So
more color.
Adds more color, exactly. All right, so now we get to start coloring in and creating our croutons. I love the crouton part. All right, so I'm gonna lay down a piece of paper here so it's a little bit easier to see what I'm doing. Actually, that's not great. We'll do something great. All right, so on our crouton bits, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna draw just a brown line on the side of our crouton, and this is gonna be the crust part. A little crusty. And then I'm gonna color some yellow just in the middle.
Okay, I wonder if you're gonna color.
Yes, just a little bit. Now, this ink, these pens, they actually move with water. So this is called a water brush, but it has a gold sparkle in it. So what you do is you start on the yellow and you just move it around and see how it smears the yellow around, and then I go to the brown a little bit and it kind of makes it look kind of blended. And so then we do that with all of these.
Probably sort of buttered.
Yes, make it look like buttered croutons, exactly. Because oftentimes with our bread, our crispy bread, it's already been pre-buttered, pre-seasoned, and then been toasted, exactly. And then, I of course, want to make them even more crouton-y by adding some little dots, and these can be the seasoning. Thought that was pretty fun. Little seasoning times. Yes, yes. I thought that made sense. Okay, now we get to put our salad card together. Yes! This is my favorite part. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our double-sided tape. I'm doing 3 lines of double-sided tape just to create a sticky area. Then you're going to take all of your lettuce and crinkle it on up. I know, it's a little wild, but that's what you do. It's the fun part of making the salad. And now in a traditional salad, it's not this easy. There's usually a lot of slicing and dicing. All right, so I'm gonna take this little guy and I'm just gonna press those directly onto my double-sided tape. And if you don't get all the double-sided tape, that's totally fine. We are gonna stick some other stuff to our tape so it's not to worry too much. I'm gonna put one more line of tape here just because some of my lettuce is a little unruly. Okay. I'll make sure all of our lettuce stays in place.
Mhm.
All right, now these are called pop dots. These are going to go on the back side of your tomatoes.
Mhm.
Peel those off. Put a little film on the back side there.
How the girl liked the Ranger Hunt.
Oh, the little My Fairy map. Oh, she loved it so much. Actually, the little girl that made the little that I brought the little map to, she actually came in and she drew me a little map to go and hide. And then she took the map and she cut it up so she turned it into a puzzle for then me to put together and follow the map. It was so cute. Now, she's 6, so I can't read the map very well, so which is fine. So I'm gonna have to ask her mom how to read the map. But I thought it was really cute. All right, so now that I've tucked in all of my cherry tomatoes, then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back side of my little croutons here. And we'll stick those on. And then I also have some double-sided tape that's still showing in some areas. And so at this point, if you have like some glue and you want to like kind of stick that on top of or your little crouton, you want to stick it on top of some double-sided tape just to kind of cover that up, you can. Otherwise, you can kind of just toss your croutons wherever they make sense in your little salad. There we are. And then of course we have our little olives. Just put a tiny little bit of glue onto my little olives. Actually might just put some, yep, just kind of here and there. Whoops. There goes my glue. Oh, thank you. All right. The little pop of our little olives there. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with this card, you guys. I don't know if you're as big of a fan of salad, but I just love this card. Ah.
I love textured things.
Yes, I do too. I just love when there's like, it makes you kind of think. You're like, oh, what is that? That's very fun. All right, and then I'm going to put glue on the backside of my hard-boiled egg here, and we'll tuck our little egg in here. Now, if you need corn on your salad, you could, of course, take the yellow paper and cut that up into little corn. I did not think about that, so I can't believe I didn't think about that. I should have just looked up what's inside a Cobb salad. I did the olives and the croutons, and I was like, oh, this just makes sense for a Cobb salad. All right, so I'm cutting my cheese up into little strips here. And then I think it probably just makes the most sense to just do a couple little dots kind of wherever, and then just stick your cheese on top of the little dots. And you may want to like overlap your cheese a little bit to make it look like it's been sprinkled on. All right. And let's see here, I gotta have some more cheese on top. I gotta have some cheese on top. It just makes sense. Just makes sense.
No.
All right. And let's put another little guy right there, I think. All right. So there we have our salad. Isn't that so fun? Oh my gosh, my croutons are falling.
Okay.
There we are. Isn't that so fun? So cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled. All right, so for the inside of the card, because I want to make this a birthday card, I have my little paper here. This is my little happy birthday stamp because I thought that would make sense. If you're finding you're like, you know what, I don't want this to be a birthday card, you just want to have let us celebrate inside, that's great. I want there to
Celebrate
be
something
birthday.
else.
You could celebrate something else. It could be a retirement card. It could be a celebration for just for funsies. Maybe someone is becoming a vegetarian for the first time and you're like, you know what, let's celebrate you becoming a vegetarian. So now we're going to have our happy birthday sentiment on the inside. And I'm going to make this kind of cute. I'm going from the corner to the center and the corner to the center to make a cute like little chevron. And then I'm just going to take this with some double-sided tape, stick that on the side there. Happy birthday, let us celebrate. Double-sided tape on the back. I gotta have a pun. I gotta. It's a salad card. It has to be hilarious.
Yeah.
My friend Matt said it could be iceberg ahead because of the iceberg lettuce. I was like, oh, that's pretty cute too. So, all right, so there we have our salad card. Woohoo! And then you have a happy birthday. Let us celebrate inside. there we are. So that's our $5 craft this week, friends. So if anyone would like to stay today and make a $5 craft, you can. You make your own salad card. Otherwise, you're welcome to come out this whole week, and it's just $5. Hope you have a great day, friends. We'll see you soon.